If you miss Wednesday's audio collection training class, shame on you. Luckily, Nick Synergy and I have decided to put together a video tutorial on how to use the new Zoom H2 recorder. The first thing you need to know how to do with the Zoom H2 is you need to know how to turn it on. On the side, there is a switch conveniently labeled power. You will flick that to on, and you should get a message on the screen that says Zoom H2. It has a loading screen, and then once it gets past that, you'll be ready to record. The Zoom recorder allows you to record in 4 different modes. You've got the first one and the most common one that you would use for interviews, which is 90 degrees front. If you press the arrow to the side, then you can see that it switches to 2-channel, front and rear, which will record from the front and from the rear of the recorder. If you push the arrow one more time, you are on the 4-channel mode, which records in surround sound out of 2 microphones on the front and 2 microphones on the back. Press the arrow button one more time, and you go to a rear channel on the recorder, which will record only out of the rear. Most of the time, if you're recording an interview, you would probably set it on 90 degrees front, just because that's the simplest way to record. If you're recording something like a choir or some ambient noise at either a race, at a restaurant, choir, any kind of function where you would want to get a good feel just for everything going on at that time, you can set it on the 4-channel mode, and it should pick up a wide range and good variety of sounds. On the side of the recorder, at the gain switch, you'll have an option for L, M, and H. That stands for low gain, middle gain, and high gain. You usually want this in the middle, unless for some reason you are recording something like a motorcycle, like a race car, something very loud. You could turn it down to the L, or if you're recording someone who's very soft-spoken or who's a long distance away, you could turn it up to the H. After you've told your interview subject that you want to record some audio, and you've decided which setting you want the recording to be set on, you'll need to actually start recording. If you press the red button in the center of the controller, the red circle, the red light should start to flash. You should be able to see the bars going across the screen, picking up audio, but you are not recording at this point. If you push it a second time, then the red light should stop blinking, go to a solid light, and you're actually recording. You should see a timer counting down, showing you the seconds, and this is how you know you're actually recording. When you're done recording, press the red button again. It should save the file onto the card inside the recorder, and it's very difficult to go in and delete those, so you should just be able to press stop and be sure. Once you push stop, you should be sure and confident that that file has been saved, and you can bring it back to the office or bring it back wherever you need to. The recorder comes with a tripod that you can screw to the bottom and set on a table. And it can record. You can use it by hand, just as you would hold anything else, or you can screw the handle onto it and use it just like a microphone. An important note is if you will be recording outside, you might want to consider the windscreen, which goes right on the top of the recorder and helps prevent a lot of the wind noise. If you're interviewing somebody about a new project at the YMCA, you might conduct the interview as you normally would, but then at the end tell them that your boss has asked you to collect multimedia, and that what you'd like to do now is record them just summarizing what you've talked about. Try to keep it to about 1.5 minutes of short, concise speech, so that that will make it a lot easier when it comes to editing the video and the audio. When you're out in the field collecting audio, consider adding a little bit of natural sound. If you're interviewing a motorcycle enthusiast, wouldn't it be a little better to add to the video or the slideshow a little bit of sound of the chopper beating away at the engine in the background? The audio recorder can record over 6 hours of audio, so don't be concerned about getting too much. If anything, when it comes to natural sound, you may want to get a little bit more than you think you need. Another option for audio, if you are unable to meet with a subject of your interview in person, would be to record over the telephone. While the quality won't be as good as if you sat in the same room with them and recorded over the recorder's mic, this can still work and can be very effective to narrate slideshows or to narrate video. The way you would do that, inside the bag for the recorder is a Radio Shack converter. The first step, you'll need to plug in the headphone jack, or the jack that looks like a headphone, into the external mic in slot on the recorder. Once that's done, look at the Radio Shack converter and make sure that it's set on the record setting. The next step is to unplug your phone, plug the phone cord into the bottom of the converter where it says handset, then plug the end of the telephone end of the converter into the telephone. Once you have someone and you are either set up to call them or call you, either way is fine. Once the recording switch is over on record, make your phone call, pick up the telephone, and when you're ready to start recording, you would push the red button again once and the light will flash. If you press it a second time, as we've been over before, now you know it's recording. After your person has summarized the information, wait a couple of seconds, thank them, ask anything else you need, pause for a moment, and hang up the phone. After you've done that, press the record to stop it. Again, the file will save, and the file is on the recorder safely, and you can be confident that it'll stay there. The other connection is the USB connection, which is the way to get it off of your computer. You will plug in the cord into the side where it says USB. This cord can be found inside the carrying case. Plug it into the side. You will then plug this in, which should look familiar to you, into the USB slot of the computer. You have to press the menu button on the recorder. You have to hit the sideways button to scroll down. When you get to the USB option, then you'll press the red button again, and it takes you to a screen that says Storage or Audio Interface. What you want to do now is select the storage, so press the red button for enter, and the recorder, all of a sudden the computer does realize that the recorder is connected, and the recorder should go to a screen that looks like it's connected to a computer. And if your computer has not already opened a pop-up menu giving you the choice of getting to the drive, you open the My Computer option on a Windows machine, and it should have an option for a removable disk. This particular computer plugged in this location sees this as removable disk E drive. When you click on the E drive, or whichever drive it picks up, it should give you a window with several different folders. Inside there you will find in various folders different sounds. Most of the sounds should be in folder 1. If you've recorded anything as surround sound using that 4-channel option, like we talked about for choirs and for ambient noise, it shows up in the 4CH, standing for 4-channel. So it's located there. Most of the sounds, like the ones we just recorded as a test, will be in folder 01. Inside here, as you can see, there are about half a dozen WAV files, each named whatever the system calls it, STE000.wave. From there, you simply drag the file off of the drive onto your desktop. Depending on the size of the file, this could take several seconds. And then the file that you've recorded is on the desktop of the computer, and you can edit it in Audacity or whatever software you choose to use.